Okay, so I think I was muted the whole time, so hope you guys can hear me now. So like I was saying, this is Chess4Unity's second annual 1 hour contest event. And okay, so let me take on F7. I'm playing Brandon NY20. And the game started out as a Sicilian E4, C5, C3, knight C6. And here I'm allowed to take the center with D4. And I went into an isolated pawn position where I pushed his queen back, and here he lost the piece on b4. And these moves followed one another piece, and here, after all the chaos, I end up a rook and a piece up. So this should be a relatively simple conversion. If you want to know more about our events, I don't know if I mentioned this, but be sure to visit chess4unity.com. Okay, so after bishop e7, rook e1, now his bishop is pinned, and my threat is to play rook takes e7 and probably win another piece. So okay, so he plays rook f8, and I will take here. And if he takes on f7, then, I can take on f7, but even better is rook e8, and backring checkmate follows. Okay, so he goes rook g8, and hopefully I can try to get some sort of smothered mate, but let's see how he responds. Okay, he plays a6, which is normal. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go rook f3 with the threat of knight f7, smothered mate. Okay, so he prevents it with h6. Now I'm gonna try to. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of like any back rank possibilities, even though that's highly unlikely. I'm playing h4, and now I probably want to play h5 and put the knight to g6. Yeah, okay, so h5 can't hurt. He probably is going to play b4. I'm going to move my knight to d5. He's going to play a5. And hopefully I can deliver some sort of pretty checkmate. Okay, so as expected, knight g6, check. King h7 is the only legal move. And now I have knight f6 checkmate, so that's pretty nice. The g-pawn is pinned, so if he takes, then I take his king. So now I'm going to rematch him. Okay, so now I'm black. Let's see what opening move he plays. Okay, he starts with e4. I'm going to go e5. Knight f3, probably. Oh, okay. Yeah. King's Gambit. Sure. It's okay. Even if I will accept a slightly worse position to get out of this opening. Because somehow the King's Gambit is, like, it's theoretically not so good, but it's actually really annoying. Okay, so probably gonna get a worse position here, definitely. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna play it there. And he's gonna take on f4. Oh, if he takes on f4, I have queen e4. Maybe I can escape with a equal position. Okay, so maybe I even have like a slightly better structure in this position. Okay, he plays queen e2. That way I can't take on f4 because he takes my king. So let's see what I should do. What can I do here? I can play bishop d6, but no, I don't want to back out like that. Let's see, c6 maybe? Yeah, c6 will probably lead to a slightly better structure since, okay, never mind. The position is just equal, so. Okay, he plays knight c3 and kind of forces me to make a decision with my queen. And I will take the queen on e2. So, yeah. Okay, so he's probably going to take back. I'm just going to go bishop e7, finish my development. Make sure nothing crazy happens before castle. Okay, castle. Okay, maybe white is a little better, actually. Yeah, I would definitely prefer white in this position. But I don't think I'm in any sort of trouble here. Okay, so okay, what should I do here? Okay, so I can play bishop b4. And after a3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't like that position because he has the bishop pair and I'm not sure what's going on there. So therefore, okay, this is actually a more annoying position than I thought it would be. Okay, so let's see what I can do. Yeah, okay, I'll just go h6. Shouldn't be terrible. And now he has this nice move, bishop c4. Okay, he played bishop d3, but this allows bishop e6, and I should be equalizing here. The reason why I played h6 is if I play bishop e6 immediately, then he has knight g5, which was annoying. So now this h-pawn covers this g5 square, so that's not a problem anymore. Okay, I'm 2 moves away from being fully okay. Knight b d7, rook e8. Okay, so he develops his rook, I go knight b d7. Maybe I have some knight b6 ideas. Knight b6, knight d5, maybe. This structure is kind of unique, and it doesn't happen that often where he has 2 here and 4 here, and I have 3-3. Usually the f-pawn is still there, but yeah, let's see. But in this type of structure, black should be totally fine with decent play. Okay, so he plays b3. This gives me a chance to play bishop b4 and attack the c3 knight. He'll probably play bishop d2, and I don't win anything, but at least I did improve the placement of my pieces. So, step-by-step progress. You can't win a game if your opponent doesn't lose the game. That's what I kind of believe in. So, just play good moves, and you'll see the results. Okay, so he plays knight b1, and here I play a5. So if bishop takes b4, a takes b4, open up the a file, and he'll probably lose this pawn, so he can't take on b4. Okay, he plays a3, and I play bishop d6. Notice how this operation of playing a5 and a3 seriously favors black, because now his knight is stuck on b1 defending this a3 pawn. So slowly by slowly make progress, even though I'm probably not better here, making it tougher on my opponent. Okay, so here he blundered this b3 pawn, so that should be pretty good for me. Rook takes e8, rook takes e8, and yeah, I'm just up a totally clean pawn. Okay, rook c1, and again, just because I won a pawn does not mean I won the game. So, still, what should I play here? Why is it harder to find good moves when you're up material? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take on e1, see how he reacts. Because if rook takes e1, then I maybe can try to control this b5 square, c4 square, with b5 or with knight b6. Okay, let's see. Or I can trade everything, and that'd probably be good for me as well. Actually, I should probably fix this a pawn on a3 and play a4. Okay, definitely thinking way too much. Let's play b5. Okay, so he plays knight takes e1. And now the reason why I don't like b5 here is he plays c4. Let's see if I can find anything against that. Maybe I can play c5. Yeah. If I play a4, he also plays c4. So he's threatening this move c4, which is really, really annoying. So I'm going to try c5. I didn't really want to play this move, but at least it prevents c4 because I just take his pawn on d4, so. Actually, I definitely should have played this move, maybe even a move earlier. c5 actually, the more I think about it, favors me opening up the position. Because right now my knights are kind of not doing anything. So maybe after c5, like let's say he takes on c5, I play bishop takes c5 followed by knight e5. All of a sudden my knights are super active. So, or I can take, okay, I'll just take here. Because after king h1, knight g4 could also be kind of annoying for him. Hmm. let's go knight e5. No big deal. Okay, that was probably inaccurate, because now he plays bishop f4, and yeah, probably should not have done that, but it's too late. Okay, so c4 I was prepared for. I thought I can play knight g4 here, and before, if I played knight g4 here, then he can play h3, knight f2, king h2, and I was kind of in a dilemma in that position, but here it's different, because if he plays h3, then now I can play knight f2 and take his bishop on d3, since both knights attack d3. So that was kind of my idea, and I'm not sure exactly how he's going to stop that. Yeah, he can play bishop e2 and knight f2, king g1, and I don't know if I have a great discovery attack, but any discovery move is also... oh, I have knight d3, my bad. And I take the rook on c1. So basically, if he moves the bishop, then I play knight f2, followed by knight d3. And this bishop is going to check the king on g1, and then I take the rook on c1. Okay, so he's thinking really hard here. I would too, because, can't really see a move for him. Okay, so he does play bishop e2. He definitely did not have anything better, so... here... what should I do? I kind of want to play knight here to d3. He might move the rook, and then maybe I can checkmate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it'll hurt, because I can always win some material. Maybe confuse him a little. So let's calculate together here. If he moves the rook, let's say to c3, obviously I can play knight e4, but even better is probably knight g4 check. If king f1, knight takes h2 mate. If king h1, knight f2, king g1, knight h3, followed by knight f2 checkmate. So I think that works. Oh, so okay, he didn't fall for it. But here I also win material, so I was fine with going into this line. Okay, I take this rook and play rook d8. Okay. Okay. What now? Yep, maybe A4. So if you're just joining us, this is Chess4Unity's second event, a second challenge me event, 1 hour contest. And I am playing Brandon NY20 for this match. And if you want more information about Chess4Unity and our events, then be sure to visit Chess4Unity.com. Chess4Unity.com. Okay, so he plays knight d5, but this knight is not very stable, so I can play b5 here. And if c takes b5, I can take the knight. And otherwise, I can just take the pawn here, and I'll be probably winning. I'm not sure how he can respond here to... Okay, so he plays there, and now I can play many moves, but I will just take with what though? Take with the pawn. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so he plays bishop b2. Okay, now plenty of options, but what should I play? What should I play? Bishop d4, probably. Trade a bishop pair, but I allow my c-pawn to start running, which is the most important thing in this position. Okay, so he doesn't want that, so I will have to push the c-pawn. Not have to, but I'm gonna push the c-pawn until c-pawn is like a warrior that will keep on pushing until it dies. c2. Keep on pushing until it dies, like I said. Probably not the most accurate continuation, but like I said, we need the c-pawn. Okay, bishop c3 maybe. Now he can play knight d3, and okay, so he plays king f3, and now rook d1, attacking the c1 bishop. So he's obviously really low on time, and will probably lose on time, but nevertheless, this was a good game. So I feel bad for my c-pawn. I wanted to live for another day, so let's go bishop d2. Save the c-pawn for another day. Okay, so he lost on time, but the position was already tough for him. I'm going to rematch him again. Let's see if he accepts it. Okay. Should I switch something else? Yeah, I'll go for c4. A slightly less traditional continuation. Okay, he goes e5. Let's see. Yeah, I like g3. Yeah. Simply fianchettoing the bishop. Okay, so one of the main moves is d5, and then I takes knight c3. Okay, so he plays knight f6. I go bishop g2. Again, idea is to control this square on d5. Okay, so here I think maybe I can push d4. Okay, and let's not get too carried away. Look at this position from an objective point of view. Yeah, d4. Okay, so let's calculate that a little further. So d4 takes, knight takes, let's say he plays something like knight e4. I can take on c6, take on d8. Okay, so that should work. So the difference between this sort of setup and a regular d4 opening setup is I delay the push of d4, and especially in this specific position, it definitely paid off because I have more space, more center control, all that. d6, I will push h3. I'm in no rush to do anything. Hopefully I didn't play a bad move, but okay, so I think I can take on b7 here. Oh, but then he takes on h3. Okay, definitely overestimating my position. Okay, so I'm still gonna play queen d3. Should be a fine move. Just want to get out of this pin in case he maybe has something later. Okay, so if he plays queen d7, I have king h2. If he plays that, I was gonna play b3, but then bishop f5 could be annoying. You know what? If he plays c6, now I can try bishop f4, attacking this d6 pawn, and maybe win it. I don't know. Depends on what he plays. Does seem kind of tough to keep this pawn though, so. Queen c8. I'm gonna underthink it, but I'm pretty sure I can take the pawn on d6. Yeah. No. Okay, so bishop takes d6. Okay, so he's being pretty tricky here. Oh, he's attacking h3. Wow, that's a really nice move that I missed. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my good position, not take any risks, and play king h2. Okay, so now he has time to defend. I will go rook d1. Okay, maybe he can play d5 here already. Okay, he plays bishop f5, which allows e4, I believe. The thing about this is I was gonna play e4 at some point anyways, so kind of helped me a little bit. Oh, and now I think I can take on d6. Yes. And if knight e8, I play c5. If this doesn't work, I'm kind of screwed, so. Is it necessary to take that risk? One of the hardest things in chess is to determine whether something is worth it or not. Like, because simply I can play a move like b3, perfectly safe. You know what? What's exciting chess without a little bit of risk? Knight e8 as expected, c5. b6 as expected, and now we do have a couple of different moves, starting with queen e2, just simply getting out of the pin. Okay, so I guess operation successful. Actually, he can win back this pawn, so. Okay, he didn't do that. And now, I think I'm up a pawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, 1 point up. Okay, so he plays queen c7. Although I won a pawn, I kind of lost slight control over the position. And now he has 2 powerful bishops, so again, don't know if I outweigh the risks correctly. It's all about risks and reward. Okay, let's push f4, see what happens. Oh, he might have queen a5 here. But then I have b4, attacking the queen. Oh, but he has queen a3. And I don't like that position. My knight is hanging, everything's hanging. So nope. So then what am I going to do? Let's see. I'm like one move. Wait. If he plays queen a5, I'm going to have to rethink now. So. Okay, so if he does nothing, I have 2 ideas, f5 or e5, and both are very good, so has to do something right now. So looking at the time situation, it's around equal, so I'll take that. Okay. You can also go check out Chess4Unity's Twitch channel, which I was supposed to film on there, but we had some technical problems. Okay, here I think maybe f5 is the best idea. e5 is positionally amazing, and this bishop is probably going to be dead for like forever, but it does weaken quite a few important squares. However, I will go for it anyways. Okay, so if I take with the rook, then he takes my f5 pawn. Not something I would enjoy too much, so if I take with the queen, he goes bishop c4, also not something I would enjoy too much. Should have calculated this more. If I take with the knight, he takes on a2, which also I will not enjoy very much. So, all this fail. which is a lesser evil? F3. Do some silent calculation here. And now I weaken the e5 square, so he can go bishop e5. Shoot, what have I done to this position? Okay, I guess I'm gonna sacrifice the pawn on f5. Hopefully get some dynamic compensation. Okay, so he takes on f5 here. Take. He plays bishop takes f5. And now let's say queen f3, I guess should be fine. Attacking this bishop and this pawn as well. Not so sure if I would take this pawn, but leave it as an open-ended option. Okay, so I think I do have great compensation for the pawn. Weakened king for my opponent. Let's see, what now? One piece that's super annoying is this dark square bishop, so I would gladly trade it for anything, except for my queen and my rook, but maybe trading dark square bishop will also bring my rook into the attack, and then I would also bring my knight into the attack as well, so hopefully I'm making a good decision here. Okay, so my rook is now joining the attack. So clearly I removed the defender on g7 for my bishop on c5 that's just looking pretty but not doing anything. And in return, all my pieces are free. Like, now I'm threatening rook takes d7 or knight f6, anything like that. And he doesn't really have great options. He has to move his bishop on e6 somewhere. But then I play knight f6. So, win back material and also gain a great position at the same time. So I'm guessing he's going to play bishop e6, and I play knight f6. He's going to go king h8, I'm going to go rook h4. And he's going to go bishop f5, and I'm going to play queen takes f5. Oh, but then queen takes g3. Is that a resource? Yeah, okay. So, you'll know what I'm talking about once I play rook h4. Still not a bad position after that, actually. Okay, he has two legal moves, king f8 or king h8. King f8 is not as good because now I take a free pawn with check and at the same time open the h file. King e7, but now I have queen f6 check. Knight protects the queen. My next move, queen takes g7. Should be a nice conversion. Boom. Okay, so I'm threatening queen f8 mate, so he has to play king e7 again, and then I play queen f6, king e8, queen a8, king e7, queen takes a8, and a rook goes down. Okay, and here, simply queen f8 is checkmate. So that was a good game with chances for both sides. Let's have a rematch. Okay, so he plays e4 again, and this time I will be playing the Scandinavian, hopefully getting a sharper game with more interesting positions. Kind of want to play queen e6, but no, I'll just stick with the standard queen d6 main line. Okay, so here I'm going to play a6, preventing any knight b5 things. And my next move is knight c6. This line is kind of funny because, especially in blitz, it could be really tricky for both sides. Okay, so I'm not threatening to take on d4 right now, but my next move is bishop g4, putting more pressure on d4 pawn. So if you're ever looking for like a blitz opening, the Scandinavian variation is good. Okay, so bishop g4. It's also psychologically good because it just puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. He thinks that his d4 pawn is always hanging and stuff like that, when most of the time it's actually not. Okay, so knight e4, I take on e4, takes, and yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll castle queenside. See what happens here. Don't know if I should have done that, but I did. So in this Scandinavian opening, especially in blitz, it's so easy to just win a pawn without your opponent realizing that he lost a pawn. So let's say I can go e5 here. It's great. Takes, takes, takes. No, I can't go e5. He takes on c6. I'm feeling pretty aggressive, so let's go for a horrible move. Just kidding. E6 is probably fine. Yeah. No reason not to play it. Okay, now he can take on c6. Should have seen that. After queen takes c6, go knight e5. And I'm forced to go into a slightly worse endgame. Okay, he didn't see that. Lucky for me. Here I can try f5. Bishop takes c6, queen takes c6, knight e5. Which is definitely not exactly what I want. Okay, so nope. Definitely not. He's threatening bishop takes c6 again. This time it could be pretty deadly, actually. So let's cover the square with f6. Although I weaken my entire position, I cover the important g5 and e5 squares, which could be extremely beneficial. I do, and I also give my bishop an escape square on f7. Let's see what he does now. Okay, you can play b4. Kind of annoying move to face because b5 is coming, but okay, he plays a4, and his b4 is definitely coming next, so I better act pretty quickly or else I might be screwed. Let's go knight e7. Yeah. Let's get out of all that craziness and threaten the move f5. So if he goes b4, I can go f5 and his bishop is trapped. He doesn't have bishop takes c6 anymore because I moved the knight. And maybe I also want to bring my knight to d5 as well. So it's a multi-purpose move. And okay, so I think f5 here wins a piece. He can try sacking it on b7, but I should be able to fend off the attack. Okay, so he does that. I'm going to take on b7. Position is still kind of annoying. Okay, but knight e5, I was just about to say, knight e5 is a blunder because I have queen takes e5. And if he takes on e5, my rook takes to queen on d3. That's something that he probably missed. And two pieces should be relatively simple to convert. Let's see. Okay, so he moves his queen, then I play anything, pretty much. Queen c4, not surprising at all. Now I can play many moves. Queen d5 I can play, which I probably will right now. And after queen b4, king a8 or c8? a8 or c8? I would do meeny, meeny, miny, mo, but okay, let's see. Yeah, c8. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, c8. c8 it is. Okay, now I have ideas of knight c6. I have which actually, by the way, traps the queen. I also have ideas of just play queen b7, which I will now play queen b7. And with the queen on my side, the attack should be pretty easily fended off. Is that how you use it? Okay. How do I continue? Okay, I'm definitely just gonna reset the timer because this is definitely gonna be the last game. So, anyways, knight c6 probably is the most natural move. Why am I struggling here? I have 2 pieces. I kind of want to give one back though. Okay, let's see. Knight c6 d5. I don't really want that. Knight g6 h3 f4. Yeah. Probably prefer that. Plays rook b1, allowing me to go bishop b4. Most accurate move, probably. Queen c2, expected. Now maybe knight h4, maybe f4 first, actually. f4. My next move, well, I have a lot of next moves. Just rook takes d4 actually is the next move. Simple but effective. Okay, I guess I can still play rook takes d4. Actually, bishop f5 is even better. Attacking the queen. Take that. Take that. Should be more than enough material. Okay. He only has 1 check anyways. I just go king b8. Okay, my opponent played really well throughout this match, so let's see. Okay. game ends in a draw. So, the match is over. Final score is 3.5 to 0.5. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.